Hi guys, welcome to another video. I thought I'd do a quick video on my favourite Philadelphia sports moments since I've been a Philadelphia sports fan. Now bear in mind this has been since 2010 and I have obviously gone back and watched stuff, so I might include stuff. I'm going fresh here, I haven't preset it. I'm just going to go straight from the off the cuff, straight from the heart of what I've enjoyed watching as a Philadelphia sports fan. So Sixers won last night. Fantastic win. I'm so glad we're part of that winning culture now, because the Phillies and Eagles have set the standard now that, you know, this city's in the roaring 20s, and we are ready to win now in three sports. You know, we're in the World Series, the baseball. The Eagles are unbeaten and look like they're ready to win playoff games, and the Sixers, you know, they need to get out of the second round this year. So we'll start with the Sixers. For me, Iverson stealing the game and winning against the Magic, that probably is up there. We've got Iverson stepping over Tyrone Lue. I have been a fan since those days, so I can get away with those ones. Also, you could go with Iguodala. Do you want me to say him against the Bulls? Those clutch free throws, that was definitely one of my favourite, you know. And then he jumps on the table, Dwayne Wade style, and celebrates after that. And I know that series was a bit mixed because the Bulls had those injuries. But yeah, that for me is up there as, you know, some of the best. And then I think you have to go over a process error moment. The TJ game winner against the Knicks was fantastic. So I've enjoyed those moments so far. Jimmy Butler as well, you know, against the Hornets, you know. But, you know, obviously I don't really want to talk too much about Jimmy, but those moments were great for me as a Sixers fan. We move on to the current future champs of the MLB of baseball, the current team that everyone's talking about, the Philadelphia Phillies. So the Harper run is why this has inspired me to do this, right? So Bryce Harper, that home run is definitely in my top 5 moments as a Phillies fan. Roy Halladay's no-hitter in the playoffs against the Reds is probably my number 1 as a fan since I've been a fan. But I do appreciate, and I've watched it back, you know, Bradledge game-winning out, and the way that Harry called it, that's just a fantastic moment. Stairs hit him on into the night. You know, that's played before the Cousins show. I love that. You know, it's such a momentum. You know, it just gives me chills every time I hear that still. And then Bryce Harper's home run, I mean, fantastic. You know, just cool collective, smashes it out the park, fantastic. And I think for me as well, a great moment in this series, and I really hope I can top this by something happening in the World Series games, is the way that Rhys Hoskins just kind of flipped that bat after hitting the home run. I just loved that. I think, you know, Reese and JT have played a big part, you know, in this, especially, you know, with some of the slack they've taken this season. You know, Schwarber's had like, you know, a good season, but JT and Reese have had a mix of sort of, I wouldn't say abuse, but certainly questioning about their ability and how they are. And so for them to come up big in certain moments in these games has been fantastic. So they deserve a definite shout out and mention for that. And obviously Wheeler and Nola for what they've done. Moving over to the Eagles, I mean, and this is probably the number 1 thing that's happened in Philadelphia sports and probably will never be topped. But the Philly special, I mean, you can't. How can you not love that? It's probably the most famous play ever in a Super Bowl. The strip sack, Brandon Graham getting the ball, you know, they're poking the ball out. You know, that sealed the game. That sealed the game. So you can't not have that in there. The Sean Jackson punt return against the Giants to win the game. Great moment. And also for me, might not be for everyone, because it's a bit of a, you know, sort of, I don't know, it's not really something to celebrate, but the double doink against the Bears, that was a great one to see that happen, because obviously we then got punished the following year with the quadruple doink with Kawhi Leonard, which cost us the NBA title that year, because we would have, if we'd have won that game, we would have gone on and won the NBA championship. So that those things are the ones in memories that I kind of have. You know, special mention to like Michael Vick, you know, and the way he played in certain games, and you know, the way that Wentz played. Wentz being escaping against Washington and throwing a touchdown. I mean, in all fairness, I think Wentz does deserve one, so I am going to throw that in there right now. Wentz against the Rams after getting smashed. We later find out he's got a torn ACL and stuff. He gets up and throws a touchdown. That is a definite top 5 moment. That season wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Carson Wentz. We would not have won the Super Bowl if it wasn't for Carson Wentz. So I'd give him a shout out for that as well. But they're my top Philly moments. What's yours? Let me know. Let me know below. What's everyone's top 5, 10, 15 moments. I won't do a Flyers one, so I'm not going to lie and say that I'm a massive Flyers fan, but I know there'd be stuff from the 80s and certainly the first year when I went out to Philly in 2010, they got to the Stanley Cup final. I did watch a bit of it on TV, and I'm sure there were some moments from those games and those series that people are going to talk about. But for me, they're my top 15 all-time so far plays in Philadelphia history. I will quickly rank them now as best I can, but for the top 5, if I had to just rank top 5, it has to be the Philly special. Then it has to be the sack strip. So 2 things from the Super Bowl have to be top 2. I think Iverson stepping over Tyronn Lue has got to be number 3 for me. Again, in my lifetime, and number 4 has got to be Roy Halladay no hitter in the playoffs against the Reds, and then number 5. It's got to be Harper's home run yesterday. I wasn't a Phillies fan for the 2008 World Series, so yes, if I was, I would throw Stairs into that, or Lidge's game-winning out, the final out of that game. But yeah, I wasn't a fan then, so I can't include it in my own personal one. But that's my top 5. Again, let me know, what your top 5 are for each team in the city. I'd like to hear the Flyers ones and the Union ones as well. But put in your Eagles, Sixers, and Phillies, and see if any of them are different to mine in the last sort of 20 years. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, see you guys soon. I am trying to get out to Philly for if we get it. I don't want to jinx it. But you know what I want to come out there for, because unfortunately last time I had to fly home because they delayed the parade for the Super Bowl, so I had to fly home the day of the parade, and it was absolutely gutting watching all these people coming into the airport and then seeing me, they're like, "Oh, you're here for the parade?" I'm like, "I'm going back to England today, man." And it was gutting. But yes, enjoy your week ahead. It's going slow for us now. Friday can't come around quick enough, Ring that bell, Red October, Phillies, let's go and win the World Series.